Okay, welcome members to the Statutory Licensing Committee meeting of the 21st of September. This is a remote meeting held on Microsoft Teams. And can I remind everyone present that the meeting will be live streamed as well as recorded by the internet, and this recording archived for future viewing. And can I remind you again to mute your microphones when you're not speaking, please. So, apologies for absence. I presume Councillor Moore is the only apology that we have, as it was the only one last time.
Yes, I think that's correct, Chair.
Yeah, so we got the right agenda now. Minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of June 2021.
Sorry, Chair. Rob Crowley's just had to leave the meeting, so he gives his apologies.
Okay, can we record Rob Crowley's apologies as well then, please?
Yeah, of course, Chair. Thanks, Councillor Driscoll.
Nice. Agenda item 2, minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of June 2021. Are members happy with those minutes? Yep, okay, thank you. Any declarations of interest? No. So there's only one report for us today, and that is the review of the Statement of Principles of the Gambling Act 2005. That's from 2022 to 2025. Yvonne, I presume you're...
Yes, Chair.
Yvonne, yeah, will you take us through the report, please?
Okay, thank you. Members, the purpose of the report this morning is to report back on the statutory consultation that's been undertaken and is required in terms of the triennial review of the Council's Statement of Gambling Principles. And it's to report the details of how, if accepted, the review and the next statement is to be published. Within the report, we set out the background to the Council's role as the licensing authority and the land-based premises that it regulates. The reason for having a statement of principles is to set out for applicants and stakeholders and the general public the principles and policies that the authority will apply when making decisions on licensing applications. And the review has come up for the next 3-year period, and the Council is required to review and republish. Within the report, when we sent out the document for consultation, it reflected the fact that over the last 18 months, the country's gone through an exceptional period as a result of COVID-19, and this obviously has had an impact on premises which were shut for a period of time. So effectively, it's not really been possible for us to review or look at trends or develop policies in relation to the premises that this council regulates. So it was on that basis that we put out the statutory consultation. It was published on the website, and it was also sent to stakeholders, including the statutory bodies, which must be consulted, and that includes the police, the safeguarding and the community safety team. In section 2, you'll see the replies that we had. We had one response from a community council with no comments, and we had a reply from Goschalk's solicitors, which was submitted on behalf of the Betting and Gaming Council, which is attached at Appendix B of your report. If I could just summarise that response, which is fairly lengthy, it explains the role of the Betting and Gaming Council on behalf of whom Goschalk acts. It includes betting shops and gaming businesses. And at 2.3 of your report, Goschalk's advise that they welcome the light touch and non-prescriptive nature of the Statement of Principles, and the acknowledgement within the foreword that since the last review, the Council has had obviously no evidence of trends or concerns in the land-based market for the reasons set out within the report, and that at the moment there are no proposals to make any changes to the existing statement, and just to republish it so that we obviously it gives the council an opportunity to carry out a review when circumstances are, relatively speaking, more understood and the impact on those premises. So no, they conclude with there is nothing within the existing statement which we would seek to raise with you. No further responses were received by the closing date, and therefore those are the only consultation responses to report for consideration. Within the recommendations, we set out that adoption of the next 3-year review is, and the statement of principles is a council function, and therefore there is a proposal for a referral process through to Cabinet on the 8th of November and to Council for a final approval on the 6th of December of this year. And that's the report that we have before you.
Okay, thanks, Yvonne. It's pretty straightforward, this one. Members, this is the second time members have had a chance to look at it because we approved it to go out as a draft anyway. So if nothing's changed, are all members happy that we recommend to Cabinet and Council that this is adopted as our policy for the next 3 years? Yeah, all members. Yeah. So proposed by Jane, then seconded by Margaret, and all members in favour.
Yeah.
Yeah, all happy?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was simple. Hopefully it's well, I can't see any reason why it shouldn't go through Cabinet and Council now anyway. It seems a more sensible way of doing things. So can I thank you all for your attendance and look forward to seeing you at the next meeting.